lessons that could hold the keys to solving the Nigerian jigsaw puzzle. Even though we may be facing daunting challenges in building the Nigeria of our dreams, there are 3 lessons from this story that are the master keys to solving our jigsaw puzzle. First, the boy said to his father, "When I fixed the man, I turned it over and saw the world had been fixed as well." And here is the lesson for us. As we fix the man, Nigeria is fixed as well. As we invest in and transform people's thinking and values, Nigerians will transform Nigeria into a truly great nation. Second, the boy said, "When you gave me the world to fix, I tried but couldn't. Then I flipped all the pieces and started to fix the person. I solved the puzzle backward." What the little boy did was start with the end in mind and work back to the present situation, then found a successful way to go forward. This is a proven and sound approach to problem solving called inversion, and is credited to a great German 19th century mathematician called Carl Jacobi. Jacobi, with regard to problem solving, said, and I quote, "Invert, always invert." Here is what Charles Munger, who those of you that come from the investment world may know, that together with Warren Buffett, has built the world's most successful investment business, Berkshire Hathaway. Here is what he has to say on this approach to problem solving. Think forwards and backwards. Invert, always invert. Many problems are best solved when they are addressed backward. The way complex adaptive systems work and the way mental constructs work is that problems frequently get easier. I would even say are easier to solve if you can turn them around in reverse. In other words, if you want to help Nigeria, the basic question you should ask is not how can I help Nigeria, but what is doing us the worst damage? What will be the outcome and how can I change it to a good result? Figure out what it is you don't want, avoid it, and go for the best alternative. In fact, some of you may have seen a book that says, "All I want to know is where I'm going to die, so I will not go there." It's the title of a book on basic wisdom, the wisdom of avoidance of the things that do the worst damage. This approach to problem solving is the reverse of the approach that many of us use in life. Inversion and thinking backwards are 2 descriptions of this method. By way of illustration, one great way to be happy is to avoid the things that make you miserable. Now, the third takeaway from this story that I talked about earlier is this. The dad was confident the child would take many days, a very long time in other words, to assemble the map. But a few hours later, he heard the voice of his son call him, "Dad, I am done. I put everything back together." We too can put the jigsaw pieces that form Nigeria back together in a relatively short time if we focus on our people and invert to solve the problem by avoiding the things that make our people miserable and replacing them with things that make them successful. As a nation, we also need to focus on our people and what makes them successful. You know, this same great thinker, Charles Munger, I don't want to bore you with people from the investment world, but he and his partner, Warren Buffett, are considered some of the most successful investors in the world. Worth billions of dollars. But you know the amazing thing, they say they like to jump low hurdles. They don't like to be given difficult problems. I also believe that Nigerians should not be given difficult problems to solve. No nation can survive if only when the members of the nation or the citizens have to jump high hurdles. That's the only time they succeed. As a nation, we also need to focus on our people and what makes them successful. Clearly, our first objective must be to visualize the Nigeria we want to create for the future and then walk back to the present. We then can walk forward in an effective way. Much has been done and much is being done on the vision already. Just talking about the vision, the end state of the Nigeria we want to see. But in my view, today's purpose is how to make our vision happen in a practical way. What is it that we can do practically? Therefore, against the backdrop of the story and the lessons I've just shared, please permit me to propose 3 pillars or principles on which we can build the Nigeria of our dreams. Those of you who know me and have followed my story would agree that all three principles I'm about to share are principles I believe in deeply and practice. Therefore, these are not theoretical or nice-sounding suggestions, oh no, that lack practical relevance, but they are deep truths and principles on which I honestly believe we can build a truly prosperous and great Nigeria. Let me first outline the principles, then I'll take them one by one. First, we must create the enabling environment by removing the constraints to mastering the Nigerian opportunity. What are the hurdles to mastering the Nigerian opportunity? So that we can open up the paths to lasting success. Second, we must inspire a committed generation or a new tribe to build the Nigeria of our dreams. It has been said it takes only one committed generation to build a great nation. Why not this generation? Third, here is like an admonition to us. We must be contrarian and be right. Be contrarian and be right. What is right is not always popular. And what is popular is not always right. This is a quote from Albert Einstein. Many of us know, the great scientist and mathematician or physicist. Pillar number one, let me now go through them one by one. Pillar number one, create the enabling environment without which prosperity and the good life will be impossible. It has been observed that when you take Nigerians out of Nigeria to other well-functioning countries or systems, they thrive. This tells us that there is nothing fundamentally wrong with Nigerians. It is our systems and environment that are the problem. Using the principles of inversion that I covered when I talked about the man and his son, the scientist and his son, we must systematically remove, I will even say dismantle, all the obstacles and constraints that make us miserable or bring out the worst in us. We must create the enabling environment for our people and businesses to succeed. Our country, Nigeria, is considered one of the most difficult and costliest places to do business in the world. What if we committed to flipping this on its head and we choose to become one of the easiest and safest places in the world to operate and to live in? You know, I liken this to the audacity of faith. Those of us that are people of faith, you know that faith is often built on weakness. You know, people seek faith from positions of weakness. You know, and there is no question that when faith intervenes and prevails, people move from weakness to strength. They don't end up in the middle somewhere. They end up on top. This is what I call the audacity of faith. The audacity of faith. Faith calls things that do not exist as though they were. The vision of our government is to make Nigeria one of the easiest, safest, and most attractive countries in the world to live in and operate in. You know, let me pause and say that, like, I believe in the power of vision. A person must dream dreams. I mean, the reason why we're given imagination and vision, you know, nothing stops you from just dreaming a dream of greatness, even if it hasn't happened yet. Then faith can help you. But as a nation, nothing stops us from dreaming and saying, you know what? We don't just want to get incrementally better. We want to be the best. We want to be the safest. We want to be the easiest. We want to be the easiest place to operate in the world. The interesting thing is using the principle of inversion, the principle of thinking backward. You know what? You can actually jump low hurdles to get there. What do you have to do? We want to systematically remove all the bottlenecks and obstacles that make life difficult. That's what inversion says. Show me where I'm going to die and I won't go there. Show me what makes me miserable so I can avoid it. Show me the obstacles so I can go the other way. You know, so we must remove the obstacles that make life difficult for our people and businesses. The amazing thing about this principle is that it works for everybody. Now, I know that Professor Tomi, and rightly so, pointed out about Machiavelli and vested interest, and it's a very profound point. But let me also say that there are times when there's an alignment of interest. I've been meditating and thinking about this enabling environment. Everybody benefits. The government benefits because people will do better, hopefully pay more taxes and be happier citizens. The citizens benefit. The businesses benefit. It's something that we must get done. I believe personally that this is the essence of public service. And it is the objective of the President Buhari's government. We must bring the service element back into government and public service. The Muhammadu Buhari government is systematically laying the foundation for a new Nigeria by creating the enabling environment for our people and businesses to thrive and reach their full potential.